Dark was the night. Blind Willie Johnson's Journey to the Stars. Even in the deep darkness of outer space, there is light. 1977. A science probe strapped to a rocket is shot into space. Voyager 1, bearing a precious golden record, a message to the universe from planet Earth, with pictures of people, children, snowflakes, and sky, with sounds of thunder, crickets, whales, and the wind, with music of Navajo chants, Peruvian panpipes, West African drumming, Beethoven, and even Chuck Berry, and one ghostly song about loneliness and the night. A musician playing his guitar and humming a tune of light and hope to whoever might be listening. A human being reaching out to the stars, a blind man named Willie Johnson. 1897. You were born in the light, Willie Johnson, on a January day in a small Texas town. As a boy, you loved to sing, so your father made a cigar box guitar and you learned to play. But then your mama died and some light went out of your life. At 7 or 8, you went blind, and that's when things got darker still. So how does a blind boy get along? How does he make his way in the world? Being blind didn't stop a person from singing in church or on street corners. Besides, this was a way to use your words and your voice to lift people up. Now you were back in the light. You used your singing voice the way a preacher would, sometimes loud and rough, sometimes soft and tender. After all, there was sadness in the world, but also joy. You sang gospel songs like they were the blues, which weren't allowed in church. And you took the blade of a pocket knife, ran it along the steel strings of your guitar to play what was called slide. This made a sound like someone laughing or crying, as if the guitar had a voice of its own. Now, Texas is a big place, so you traveled from one town to another the easiest way a blind man could, by train. Marlin, Temple, Hearn, Brenham, Beaumont. That's how you saw the world. On Saturdays, cotton farmers came into town to mingle and buy food. Out on the street, you'd stand tall in your jacket and tie, singing in rough and tender voice as you slid your pocket knife along the strings. Your raspy growling was soothed by sweet words calling everyone to live a good life. In return, people put coins in your tin cup so you could eat and have a place to sleep that night. Town to town, corner to corner, church to church, you kept getting better at what you did. People came to know your name. Then a man from a music company heard you sing. You were given the chance to make a record, something people could buy and listen to on their home phonographs. In a dark, quiet room, your voice poured into a microphone, slid down some wires, and scratched itself onto a wax disc. The record caught you breathing, singing, and moving your knife along those steel strings. It was the sound of one human being reaching out to all the others, telling them not to be afraid of the dark. After all, if a blind man could see the light. Your first record sold thousands of copies and was played on the radio. Ads in the newspaper said of your singing and guitar playing that there was nothing like it anywhere. One of your songs, Dark Was the Night, is just you playing slide, humming and moaning. It was a ray of light that touched people deep in their souls. Suddenly, you were a shining star. With the sun glinting off your pocket knife, you kept spreading the light. Time passed. Yet after you died, your voice echoed down through the years. It even found its way onto a golden disc, sent into space, where it shined a light in the darkness and finally touched the stars.